Paul Simon has gone and Aerosmith are on their way. It's a busy time in one sector of the arts at least, and ODT arts reporter Nigel Benson joins us for a debrief. Good evening, Nigel.
Good evening.
The Paul Simon concert seemed to come off without too many bad reviews or negative news stories. What are your thoughts on the event?
I thought it was great, Rebecca. You know, it's a world-class songwriter right here in Dunedin. The sound quality was excellent. The only negative seemed to be about the absence of big screens, because he's not the biggest chap, and a lot of people complained they couldn't see him.
Now we have Aerosmith next. What's the latest news on that concert?
Well, the promoters tell me it's going to be the biggest concert in the South Island, bar none. The production manager has previously worked with people like Dire Straits and U2. He said he's never worked on a stage like this. It's going to protrude about 12 metres out into the audience, so people have an up-close and personal experience with them. It was shipped down from Christchurch today in about 11 container loads, so that's the size we're talking about. And about 150 contractors are going to start working on it at 7 o'clock tomorrow to put it together for the show next Wednesday, so it should be quite a sight. And there's 3 big screens, so nobody will be able to complain about not seeing anything.
What about your thoughts on the quality of acts that we're getting to the stadium at the moment?
Well, it was always going to take time to establish the stadium as a concert event, and you know, so far it's been amazing. We wouldn't see people like Elton John and Paul Simon, Aerosmith, the Hollies even here in Dunedin without that stadium, and it trickles down right throughout the whole economy. Bookings packed up for accommodation, rental car firms, bars, restaurants and cafes are up for a big week, so it certainly draws a lot of people into town.
And you've been speaking to promoters. What are they telling you about bringing the big acts here?
Well, they love coming here. You know, having a covered stadium as a venue rules out, you know, a lot of logistics for them, like insurance for the weather, equipment, staging and setups. But they do say there's a real tyranny of distance playing in Dunedin if you're doing a world tour, and if they're looking to hook up, you know, Dunedin with you know, concert in Melbourne or Wellington, where you have a bigger population, they say it's like playing in another country, and that's why it's so Dunedin, so important Dunedin continues to support these big acts.
And the arts in general, what's coming up on the calendar for Dunedin?
Well, there's a lot coming up. We've got, you know, works underway at the moment on the next Otago Festival of the Arts, which we have a new director busy, you know, working away on that at the moment. And there's a lot of art exhibitions and stuff always happening around the city. A big Francis Hodgkins one up in the Dunedin Public Art Gallery at the moment that's well worth a look. Yeah.
ODT Arts reporter Nigel Benson, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Rebecca.